Friends, millions of people come into trading, but very few make consistent money. Why? Because the real game is not of charts, not of patterns, not of market news. The real game is your mind. And the book that explains this mind game and has transformed the lives of millions of traders is Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas. Friends, this book doesn't just teach trading. It takes you into a mental zone where fear disappears, confusion vanishes, and decisions become razor sharp. Today we bring you the deepest, most powerful, most life-changing summary of this great book in a long storytelling style. Let's begin the journey of trading in the zone. Friends, Mark Douglas's philosophy is simple. There is only one way to win the market: win the mind. Because the market is not predictable, but your mind is predictable. And that's your biggest enemy too. Most traders think, if my analysis improves, if I find a perfect indicator, if my prediction becomes accurate, then they'll be consistently profitable. But Mark Douglas says, trading is 80% psychology, 20% strategy. Anyone can make a strategy. The internet is full of strategies. Thousands of setups are on YouTube. But why do people still fail to earn? Because while following the trading strategy, keeping discipline, controlling emotions, taking risk at the right time, and exiting at the right time, the mind fails. The market's most dangerous illusion: I know what will happen. Mark Douglas removes one major myth. In the market, we never know what is going to happen next. But a trader's mind fools him. One time an indicator works. One time a prediction becomes perfect. One breakout succeeds, and the mind believes, yes, now I know what will happen. That's where the downfall begins. Because when this feeling of certainty collides with reality, it creates pain, anger, and frustration. Mark Douglas says, instead of certainty, only probability is true. The market is probability. The setup is probability. The trade is probability. The profit is probability. But the mind wants certainty. And that's the reason people lose. The zone. The mental state where trading becomes effortless. Mark Douglas's greatest teaching is the zone. What is the zone? It's a mind state where the trader checkmark trades without fear. Checkmark enters without hesitation. Checkmark exits without greed. Checkmark sees the market exactly as it is. Checkmark doesn't get influenced by others. Checkmark considers every trade independent. Checkmark never sees losses as personal insults. And most importantly, he sees every trade in probabilities. In the zone, a trader doesn't predict, doesn't react, doesn't fight. He simply works in flow. Like a surgeon performing surgery, like a pilot flying a plane, the trader trades in a clear, calm, focused state. This is the real meaning of the zone. Why traders lose? Mark Douglas's brutal truth. Mark Douglas says traders lose because 1. They never let go of the fear of losses. Traders take losses as personal failure. That's why they fear entering trades. 2. They get stuck in prediction. The market will go up from here. This stock will rally now. All illusions. 3. They carry the influence of previous trades. One loss, right pointing arrow, next trade, filled with fear. One profit, right pointing arrow, next trade, filled with overconfidence. 4. They don't accept randomness. The market behaves completely randomly. But traders want certainty. 5. They become emotionally attached to their analysis. Charts are not wrong. The mind is wrong. Why good analysis still fails? Mark Douglas explains, many traders are experts in technical analysis, yet they fail. Why? Because good analysis does not equal good trading. The most important skills in trading are checkmark risk acceptance, checkmark discipline, checkmark emotional neutrality, checkmark confidence, checkmark consistency. Not charts, not indicators, not patterns. Your beliefs drive your trading. If your beliefs are filled with fear, if you are troubled by losses, if you want control over the outcome, no strategy can save you. The market never hurts you, your beliefs hurt you. Mark Douglas clarifies, the market is neutral. The market knows nothing about you. The market is not your enemy. The market is not here to take your money. The market just moves. Up, down, range, break, fake. All these are natural movements. But the trader believes, the market went against me. The market tricked me. The market hunted my SL. Mark Douglas says, the market does nothing. Your mind creates stories. The biggest battle in trading is not on the chart, it is inside your mind. Trading success equals mind plus method plus money. Mark Douglas gives a simple equation. Mindset plus method plus money management equals success. But traders spend 90% of their time on method and none on mindset. The result? They lose the most important things. Checkmark clarity, checkmark confidence, checkmark patience, checkmark objectivity, checkmark neutrality. Without these, consistency is impossible. The key to zone trading, letting go of the need to be right. Mark Douglas says, trading is not about being right. It's about thinking right. A trader doesn't want to accept loss because he fears being wrong. But no one is right in the market. Everyone just plays probabilities. If you let go of your ego, if you let go of the need to be right, you instantly become a better trader. Mark Douglas's most powerful message: you don't trade the markets, you trade your beliefs about the markets. If beliefs are not clear, not neutral, not confident, then your chart reading, your analysis, your indicators, all are useless. The market keeps giving you opportunities, but if your mind is full of anxiety, you won't even see them. Friends, Mark Douglas says the market never cheats you. Your mind cheats you. The market doesn't cause your loss. Your internal fear does. The market doesn't break rules. Your impatience does. Overconfidence doesn't come from the market. It comes from your ego. That is why Mark Douglas's first focus is eliminating fear, the real foundation of trading psychology. There are two kinds of fear. 1. Fear of loss. 2. Fear of being wrong. A trader doesn't fear losing money. He fears the emotions that come with loss: guilt, regret, embarrassment, frustration. And these emotions force him to make bad decisions. Mark says, real traders don't fear losing. They fear missing an opportunity. Because a true trader understands, loss equals business cost. Profit equals business reward. That's it. No drama. No emotional pain. Acceptance of risk. The only way to remove fear. Mark Douglas says, if you haven't accepted the risk, you will always try to avoid it. And avoidance creates emotions. Checkmark hesitation. Checkmark revenge trading. Checkmark early exit. Checkmark late exit. Checkmark overposition sizing. Checkmark rule breaking. Risk acceptance means you accept that loss is natural. SL will hit. Some trades will fail. Drawdown will come. The market is unpredictable. Accepted risk right pointing arrow. The mind becomes fear-free. Fear-free right pointing arrow. Clarity increases. Clarity increased right pointing arrow. Consistency is achieved. The probabilistic mindset. Mark Douglas's greatest gem. Mark says, think like a casino. A casino never predicts whether the next customer will win or lose. It runs purely on probability. Its edge is small but positive. That small edge gives it millions in profit. A trader must do the same. Checkmark. You don't know if the next trade will win. Checkmark. No setup is guaranteed. Checkmark. No candle is 100%. Checkmark. No indicator can predict the future. But if you develop a positive edge and trade it consistently with proper risk, then long-term profit is fixed. This probabilistic mindset is the soul of trading in the zone. Why traders fail? The truth no one wants to hear. Mark Douglas says traders don't fail because they don't understand charts. They fail because 1. They give every trade special value. Every trade becomes part of their ego. So loss feels personal. 2. They take random results personally. 1 loss right pointing arrow, I am wrong. 1 profit right pointing arrow, I am a genius. The market doesn't care. The market is random. Your emotions mean nothing to it. 3. They don't practically apply probability. Most traders say, yes, the market is probabilities. But while taking trades, they seek confirmation, they predict, they want guarantees. This is opposite of a probabilistic mindset. The 5 fundamental truths. The foundation of mind reprogramming. Mark Douglas gives 5 absolute truths. When you accept them completely right pointing arrow, you automatically enter the zone. Let's understand them in deep narration. Truth number 1. Anything can happen. The market doesn't move according to one trader. At any moment, price can go anywhere. If you truly accept this, you will stop creating expectations from the market. Truth number 2. You don't need to know what will happen next to make money. Prediction is not required to make profit. You only need an edge. Probability does the rest. Truth number 3. Wins and losses are randomly distributed. Your setup may be excellent, but first time win, second time loss, third time win, fourth time loss. This random sequence is normal. The problem begins when traders take sequences personally. Truth number 4. An edge is just a probability advantage. An edge does not mean certainty. It means a slightly higher chance in your favor. Searching for certainty in trading right pointing arrow guaranteed loss. Truth number 5. Every moment in the market is unique. The same chart pattern, the same level, the same indicator, yet the outcome is different. Why? Because every moment is created by new participants, new orders, new emotions. How these 5 truths change you forever. When you fully accept these 5 truths, checkmark fear disappears. Checkmark hesitation ends. Checkmark revenge trading stops. Checkmark overthinking stops. Checkmark ego disappears. Checkmark discipline becomes effortless. Checkmark calm confidence builds. And you enter the zone. The zone equals moment-to-moment awareness, plus no emotional conflict. It's a state where a trader, checkmark, sees the market crystal clear. Checkmark is not disturbed by price movement. Checkmark accepts losses naturally. Checkmark instantly spots opportunities. Checkmark forgets impulsive actions. Mark Douglas says, "In the zone, you no longer trade out of fear. You trade out of confidence. This confidence is not from analysis, not from strategy. This confidence comes from psychology." The secret of consistency. Same actions, same conditions, every time. A consistent trader is the one who follows the same recipe every time, like a master chef. Checkmark, same risk. Checkmark, same process. Checkmark, same entry logic. Checkmark, same stop loss. Checkmark, same exit rules. Checkmark, same position sizing. Mark Douglas says, "You get consistent results only from consistent actions." Traders want consistent results, but they don't take consistent actions. That's why they struggle. Belief system, your hidden enemy. Mark explains that every trader's biggest enemy is not the outside market, but the subconscious belief system inside. Beliefs like, "Don't take losses." "The market robbed me." "I will surely win this time." "This trade is special." Just one more. These beliefs break rules, increase emotions, reduce clarity, and prevent you from entering the zone. Mark Douglas's mind reprogramming formula, step-by-step transformation. Mark says you must train your mind. Step 1. Treat every trade as independent. First profit does not equal second profit. First loss does not equal second loss. Step 2. Before every trade, tell yourself, "I accept the loss of this trade." Step 3. See the market as neutral. The market is not hurting you. It is just moving. Step 4. Apply your positive edge consistently. Let go of outcome focus. Step 5. Start with small positions. It increases mind clarity. Step 6. Write a journal. Learn to observe emotions. Step 7. Kill the need to be right. Stop predicting right pointing arrow. Start accepting probabilities. Friends, up to now we've covered mindset, fear, risk acceptance, probability thinking, 5 truths, belief system, everything. But the real transformation is ahead, where we learn the real technique to reach the zone, how to permanently control emotions, how to make the subconscious trader-friendly, how to trade without fear, how to profit consistently without stress, how to build a winner's identity inside your mind. This final part will change your trading forever. Now we have reached the part of the book that Mark Douglas repeatedly calls the zone, the mental state where a trader moves in rhythm with the market, without fear, without stress, without ego, without doubt. The zone where decisions require no effort, where clarity becomes natural, where you accept losing trades without pain, and don't ruin winning trades out of greed. Mark says the zone is not a strategy. It is a psychological state built through discipline and belief systems. Let's dive deeper. The real game of fear in trading. Mark explains that every trader lives with 2 forms of fear. 1. Fear of losing money. Every trader trades with the fear that money might disappear. What happens because of this fear? Miss the right entry. Shorten the stop loss. Trail incorrectly. Book profits too early. Hold losses too long. Fear creates hesitation. Hesitation destroys consistency. 2. Fear of being wrong. According to Mark, this fear is more powerful than fear of loss. Why? Because being wrong hurts the ego. It makes you feel incompetent. So the trader starts altering the trade, removing stop loss, averaging positions, breaking the system, revenge trading, and this is where a trader destroys himself. Accepting random outcomes. Mark Douglas repeats, anything can happen in the market, and if anything can happen, it means every trade is unique. Every trade is independent. Every outcome is random. This mental shift separates professionals from amateurs. Professionals know winning is not a skill, it's probability. Accuracy doesn't matter. Random outcomes can't involve ego. Every outcome is just part of statistics, so they take every trade emotionally neutral. 5 fundamental truths. Mark Douglas's 5 laws. Mark Douglas gives 5 truths that every trader must deeply embed in his mind. 1. Anything can happen. No setup is 100%. 2. You don't need to know what will happen next to make money. Prediction is not required. Execution is required. 3. Wins and losses are randomly distributed for any edge. Edge does not equal guaranteed wins. Edge equals long-term advantage. 4. An edge is higher probability, not certainty. 5. Every moment in the market is unique. Two candles may look same, but background psychology and order flow are never identical. Internalizing these truths means your mindset has entered professional territory. Belief system, the real foundation. Mark explains that every trader's behavior comes from his belief system. Whatever you believe is what you see on charts. If you fear losing money, you will see only risk on charts. If you want to get rich fast, you will see only opportunities. Mark says charts don't show truth. Charts show what your mind wants to see. So the real transformation comes from changing beliefs. See trading with neutrality. See losses as learning. Turn fear into probability. Keep ego behind the system. Keep risk fixed. Surrender outcome. Master the process. Discipline, the backbone of trading. Mark Douglas explains discipline means following your system's rules, whether you feel like it or not, whether the market scares you, whether you see profit, whether you see loss. Discipline is doing the same thing, the same way. Every single time. Why do traders break discipline? Because emotion's greater than rules. Expectations greater than reality. Ego wants to be right. Fear wants safety. Greed wants more. Mark says disciplined traders aren't those with extreme self-control. They are those whose belief systems are so neutral that emotions don't get triggered. Creating a probability-based mindset. Mark says when you see the market with probability, you don't treat SL as an enemy. You don't fear win-loss ratio. You don't panic in losing streaks. You don't inflate ego in winning streaks. You think like a casino. Small edge, repeated consistently, creates long-term profit. Trading equals probability plus edge plus discipline. That's the formula. The zone. When trading becomes effortless. Mark says when you don't care about outcomes, you accept losses without pain. Your ego detaches. You see clarity even in randomness. You see every trade neutrally. You stop predicting. You enter the zone. In the zone, trading feels like you are talking to the charts. The rhythm of the market is inside you. Decisions are frictionless. You neutralize both winning and losing. This is where professionals live. Retail traders experience this state once or twice in their lifetime, but professionals create it daily. Risk management equals freedom. Mark repeatedly says, defined risk gives freedom, meaning fixed risk per trade, predefined stop loss, positive risk reward, no over-leveraging, no revenge trading. When risk is defined beforehand, the mind becomes mentally safe and you follow the system without fear. Emotional control in trading. Mark explains, fear is based on the future. Regret is based on the past. Confidence is based on the present. Professional traders live in the present. Amateur traders live in the future and past. Final insights. Mastery beyond strategy. Mark Douglas's final message is, checkmark strategy gives you entry. Checkmark, risk management helps you survive. Checkmark. But mindset makes you rich. Trading in the Zone is a book of mindset. It does not teach strategies, it transforms traders. When you abandon outcome and follow the process, abandon ego and see probabilities, abandon fear and accept risk, find clarity in chaos, only then you truly become a trader and the market starts rewarding you. If you want to take trading out of stress, fear, and confusion and bring it into confidence, clarity, and consistency, then Mark Douglas's book is a psychological revolution. Trading is not strategy. Trading is mindset, and the one who masters the mindset wins the market for life. So friends, this was the depth of Trading in the Zone, the mirror Mark Douglas created for millions of traders around the world. A mirror where we don't see charts, we see ourselves. Our fears, our weaknesses, our mistakes, and above all, our real trader identity. Mark says, the market is never your enemy. Your fears inside you are your real enemies. And when this truth sinks into the heart, trading no longer remains a game of money. It becomes a mental discipline. A path that teaches us patience, acceptance, and self-mastery. If from today you start looking at trading not as prediction, but through the lens of probability, if you see every loss not as a failure, but as a part of the process, if you replace ego with discipline and greed with neutrality, then trust me, your trading results will begin to change. Your decisions will begin to change. And one day, you too will trade in the zone, where the mind is calm, the execution is clear, and the outcome becomes neutral. This is the zone. This is the essence of Mark Douglas's entire teaching. This is the path that only those who follow become long-term winners. If this video has given your trading mindset a new perspective, then make sure to like it. And if you want to watch more deep, psychological, money-making mindset videos like this, then subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Your journey of trading mindset doesn't end here. We will meet in the next video with a new book, a new insight, and a new transformation. Till then, remember, consistency comes from process, not prediction. And, to win in trading, you must first win within yourself. Thank you, friends. Stay disciplined. Stay in the zone.